All right, Dan, let's talk about insulin pumps, LASIK surgery, and CAT scans.
I couldn't wait for this one.
Excellent. All those three things and many others. Do you know what they all are a byproduct of?
No idea.
Space race.
Space race.
Space race. The
Interesting.
race to space, the race to the moon, the race to Mars, all
Kind
those
of like Velcro as well, right?
Velcro, Teflon came
Teflon.
out of World War II, all that
Yep.
kind of stuff. So there's a lot of things that are designed to fit a certain need of the moment that then get applied in a lot of other ways, spaces, etc. And what it got me thinking about in the sales and the business world is sometimes we'll develop something and then we'll realize, hey, we can use that over here and do some really good things with it. I often think, though, that we kind of get stuck in being in the moment, being in the business, being in what's happening, that we don't always see those other applicable opportunities. So, can you talk a little bit about how organizations can use services and products in different ways if they're open-minded and innovative enough to do so?
Usually it's look at what your customers are doing with your stuff.
Yeah.
How is that helping them? So using PT as an example, you guys are setting appointments. Okay, I get that. But now your clients are going on these calls. And that's for a lot of your clients is something new. It's something different. They haven't done that in a while.
Yep.
And so what you don't see is the person who's going on those calls, they're working on building up self-confidence and self-image, and they're realizing they need to hone their sales skills in more, right? And ultimately that improves them as a person. But nobody's going to hire PT to improve them as a person. It's just a
Yeah.
byproduct.
Yep.
Sales training is the same way. Nobody really wants sales training. What they want is everything that the training gives them, helps them,
Yeah.
benefits them. But I think it starts with asking your customers, hey, what are you seeing using our stuff? Are you using it any way differently than maybe we had expected? And what's working for you?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think sometimes we get stuck in that trap of, well, they're complaining is the wrong word, but they're not pushing back that they're not doing well with our stuff. In fact, they're telling us, hey, I like what you're doing. It's a good relationship. Things are working well. But we're not probing to see where there may be some additional opportunity. And I think that's what you're describing is ask those questions, see what's happening, and get into the weeds a little bit at times because you can learn other ways that you can help and support. I one client, this is probably maybe a year and a half ago, and he called. I had the upfront conversation with him. He called after he'd seen his first couple appointments, and he said, "So John, I know I kind of said no to this Dan fella, but I'd like to reconsider that." I said, "Okay." I said, one, why are you calling me not Joe? Or I think it was Joe. And he just knew me better at that point because we'd had more conversations. He said, "You tried to warn me that these appointments were different. I didn't listen. I went on a couple. I was honest with myself in the car on the ride home, and I said, holy crap. And I need to think differently." And so he wanted to. So I think there's those kinds of where they have those aha moments, but I think there's a lot of small, subtle things that unless we ask, we're not going to learn.
Mm, mm. There's a saying in Sandler, and don't get creative ever. And really what that means is when you find something that works, don't get in there and start meddling with it to
Yep.
change it. And because then it just all falls apart. Find
Just
something that
stomp on
sticks.
the gas pedal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not the place for creativity. Where the place for creativity is in the marketplace. Here's something I'm bringing in, and people can use it in different ways. Allow that to happen.
Yeah, we have so many examples where we'll ask people, so they'll tell us about something they did before they had a conversation. Why did you stop that? Because it worked.
I know.
Just like we all have those things. It's working so well, and now we want to get in there and manipulate it because we think we can make it better or easier.
Right, because we love making things more complex.
Yeah, we humans are experts at
We are.
that. All right, everybody. See you again tomorrow.
Take care.